Overthinking is simply the act of thinking about something too much or for too long. While it's human nature to think things through when making a decision or evaluating a situation, it becomes overthinking when you can't get out of your own head. Overthinking may be a symptom of a mental health issue, like depression or anxiety. On the flip side, it may also increase your susceptibility to developing mental health problems. Learning to let go of the past is something we must constantly work on because it's so easy to slip back into the habit of rumination. This is essential as it clears up the mental space that was occupied by overthinking it. Overthinking can become such a habit that you don't even recognize when you're doing it. Start paying attention to the way you think so you can become aware of the problem. When you're replaying events in your mind over and over, or worrying about things you can't control, acknowledge that this isn't productive. Thinking is only helpful when it leads to positive action. It's impossible to rehash yesterday or worry about tomorrow when you're living in the present. Mindfulness will help you become more aware of the here and now. Just like any other skill, mindfulness takes practice, but over time, it can decrease overthinking. Letting yourself get absorbed in your problems isn't going to resolve anything. If you have some control over any part of what's happening, try to move your focus to what you can do to prevent or resolve the issue. You can distract yourself from yourself. When you overthink things, those thoughts and worries start to take over your mind. You can fight back against them by immediately doing something else that engages your brain. This could include writing in a journal, doing 20 push-ups, reading an article, or calling up your best friend. Whatever you can do to get yourself out of that moment of worry, take action and do it. You might be surprised at how quickly the thoughts pass through when you don't give them the power to take over. Music has many healing properties and psychological benefits. It can improve your concentration, reduce stress, and give your memory a boost. Music can also help you to be more self-aware, which makes it easier to identify overthinking habits. When you're actively engaged in listening or playing music, you're more mindful of the moment and less worried about everything else. Learn to manage and regulate your emotions, thoughts, and mind. You can build the mental strength for it. Get your thoughts out of your head so you can raise your awareness of them and observe them. Then shift your attention to the solutions you can create to relieve them. The brain becomes both calmer and sharper after a person spends time in a quiet setting close to nature. Walking in green spaces puts the brain in a meditative state. Even a walk in a 5-minute walk in the park can have an immediate calming effect on the mind. No one can predict the future, all we have is now. If you spend the present moment worrying about the future, you are robbing yourself of your time now. Spending time on the future is simply not productive. Spend that time instead on things that give you joy. Overthinking will not empower you over things that are beyond your control. So, let it be if it is meant to be and cherish the moment. Get busy living. Even in a heightened state of anxiety, we are capable of doing and accomplishing quite a bit. So focus your time and energy on behaviors and activities that align with your values. Create art, take up a project around the house, talk to a loved one. Resist the urge to wait until you're feeling less anxious. The best time to start is always right now. Most of the things you worry about have either already occurred or are yet to occur. What will overthinking do to either of them? Nothing. An idle mind is a devil's workshop. If you have nothing to do, your brain starts thinking. But if you engage yourself in other tasks, you reduce the chances of overthinking. You are better off trying to find a fix than lamenting over the past or worrying about the future. Also, the process of finding a solution keeps your brain cells engaged and busy. If insecurities are causing you to overthink your relationship, talk it out. There's nothing wrong with bringing your concerns to your partner and laying them all on the table in an open discussion. You'll probably come out of the conversation breathing a huge sigh of relief. Overthinking is something that can happen to anyone. But if you have a great system for dealing with it, you can at least ward off some of the negative, anxious, stressful thinking and turn it into something useful, productive, and effective.